A tangram isn't that hard. You're just not thinking about it right. You need to be more flexible. You should be open to the idea that what looks like one thing might just be a small part of something completely different. The outside shape doesn't always give you a good idea of what's inside. Just like that. Well, I think that according to legend, the tangram happened when someone dropped a square tile and it broke into 7 pieces. When he tried to put them back together, he discovered that he could shape it into many different things. Well, if it weren't for that, wouldn't the tile just be a boring tile like all the other tiles? But because of what happened, it's now a famous puzzle that's been seen across the world. Sometimes, in order to find a greater purpose, you have to be broken first. I don't think we get the luxury of choosing what happens to us. I never said that. We don't get to decide what happens to us, but we can always decide how to respond to it. That's a stereotype, and you know it. Stop choking! I told you, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. Don't worry, you're not going to lose me anytime soon.
Good morning. I hope you slept well. You're our guest after all. Well, there's not much I can do about that. You have to admit it's a lot nicer than police custody, though. Confessions can be recanted. It's best to have the most solid case possible in situations like this. I'm sure they'll use my brother too, but the fact remains that you're the one who solved the case. That makes you the strongest witness they have. You'd be surprised what expensive lawyers are capable of doing. We need the most airtight case possible. Miko might seem like a relaxed guy, but he's thorough. Yeah, Miko like Gursky. You think so? Anyway, you should thank me for convincing him to let you stay with us. With us, you get a nice bed, good food, and...
Aki, I got the coffee!
coffee.
Be careful.
Oh.
Ooh, nice save. That's Li Mei.
That's Li Mei for you.
She's a quiet child. Quiet child. Quiet? Anyway, there's too much going on in her head, so it's a little hard on her to maintain conversations.
Not exactly. It's a little more complicated than that.
Why don't we talk about it on the way there? To speak with our client, of course. Glad you're awake. Did you enjoy your sleep? At least you're honest. Should we have gotten you something stronger than a triple shot? We have a long way to go to meet with our client, and he's the sort of guy who will get very fussy if we're late. You're overflowing with questions. I suppose I can't blame you. You're not the only one with questions, though. In fact, you're a pretty big question mark yourself. Let's make a deal, shall we? You ask a question, then I ask a question. We'll trade answers. You're cute too, aren't you? We're a special investigation agency. Our work isn't always as exciting as corporate espionage and murder. More often than not, we're just snapping photos of cheating lovers. As for why the police trust us, that's sort of a weird story. That's for another question, though. Okay, my turn. What's your name? You do realize how suspicious it makes you look when you hide it, right? Things are only as complicated as you want them to be, but I respect your privacy. We're going to have to call you something, though. Is Kansei okay? Roughly translated, it means strong emotions. It's sort of a play on Kansei. We call the ability to feel other people's emotions Kansei. It's like a super sensitivity. Since you have a type of Kansei, we can call you Kansei. Kan-gai. Get it? I never claimed to be good at picking names. I'll see what I can do. Is that your next question? Lee May never complained about it. Now that's definitely a new question. A small estate out in the countryside. It belongs to one Mr. William Otten. Got it in one. Yep. Well, until she was murdered, that is. We reported to him yesterday about what happened. That and the fact that Miss Bergstrom claimed a third party was also interested in the information. He didn't sound too happy about that, so he ordered us to come see him today and give a full report in person. I can't blame him. His entire company's at stake here. I hope you don't mind coming with us. Since you were there yesterday, it seems only natural to bring you along. Who knows? Word is that he really hates the city. His assistant said that he rarely leaves his house, conducting most meetings via satellite. Rich people are eccentric. Comes with a job description, I think. maybe it is. Alright, next question. Where are you from, anyway? I'd rather you don't lie about it. Miko told me about it. Yesterday, you told him that you were from LA, but when he asked you about precincts, you didn't correct him. In Los Angeles, police work districts, not precincts. I'm surprised he didn't cuff you on the spot for lying to him. Actually, no, I'm not. And before that? Of course. Go ahead. All of us have a sort of Kansei like you do. We can all sense thoughts and feelings to some extent. Li Mei's Kansei is probably the purest form of them all. She experiences the emotions of everyone around her. Everyone. If you're happy, she's happy. If you're sad, she's sad. Everyone else's emotions are constantly streaming into her mind. She has to spend a lot of her energy sorting out which feelings are hers and which aren't. My turn now. Where did you live before Los Angeles? Oh, am I really that predictable? Not going to answer? What? Here. 3 years. I suppose that makes sense. We've only been here for 2 years. Well, I guess that was my question. Your turn. We stopped the assassination of a visiting dignitary. Everyone makes a big deal about it, but it was sort of a fluke. Naoki was trailing a businessman and secretary who were putting in extra hours at an expensive hotel. He saw the assassin, thought it was suspicious, and called me in. We intercepted the assassin, saved the day, and apparently that makes us trustworthy heroes. Seriously. So, you're the boy with a Kansei that allows you to experience the final moments of any dead body you touch. You should be used to the ridiculous by now.
You missed it.
Oops!
What? Ow!
Sorry, missed a turn.
Yeah, I noticed. I guess we're almost there.
Yep, just a few minutes now. Anyway, what were we talking about? Right, Mr. Otten. He's one of those self-made men you hear about all the time, built Otten Engineering himself from the ground up. But he's also ridiculously secretive. No interviews, hardly any TV appearances. His assistant, Sophia Millerson, does most of that. This is it! Yeah, it kinda does. I guess since he always stays inside, he doesn't care what it looks like on the outside.
Are you the representatives from the agency?
Yep, I'm Aki Mizutani. You must be Sophia Millerson. We spoke on the phone.
You're not exactly what I pictured.
Being a private investigator involves having an appearance that doesn't stand out, ma'am.
Truly. Well, come in. Mr. Otten seems unusually eager to speak with you. Are these your associates?
They are. This is Lee Mei, and this is my brother Naoki.
And he is?
That would be Kansei.
Kansei? Unusual.
Sorry, it's the the best I could do on short notice. He should have given me something to work with.
It's a retina detector. The house takes a shot of the eyes of anyone who passes through. It's useful for identification purposes. There are other sensors around the house that also capture your retina image. The house can remember your preferences and adjust things like lighting and temperature as soon as you enter the room. Mr. Alton lives here because he enjoys the peace and quiet being away from the city affords him. This house, however, has the most cutting-edge security possible, including quite a few innovations not yet available on the market. Now, please don't dawdle. Mr. Alton's other guest is already here waiting for you.
Other guests?
Oh no.
Oh, great. I should have known you'd be here.
Nico, to what do we owe the pleasure?
Detective Gursky played a major role in the apprehension of the murderer yesterday. It's only natural that he'd be invited back here by Mr. Alton.
Yeah, I was actually there, unlike some people.
Please make yourselves comfortable. Mr. Alton is finishing up on a conference call. He'll see you once it's finished.
Oh, can we explore the house?
If you wish. The house currently logs you all as guests, so any doors you are authorized to pass through will open automatically.
Let's go!
Okay.
Oh! I'm so sorry I'm late. I got lost on the way here. Do you know how easy it is to miss that turn to get here? You must be Liam Otten. I've heard so much about you. It's okay. I'm not here to talk about all those rumors. Rich people always get the worst of it, don't they? And even if they are true, you're free to do what you want with your life. No one should judge you for your choices, right? Oh, right! Marissa Klein from Modern Trends. I'm here for the interview. Did your uncle not tell you about it? Pretty! Is it real? Oh, hello. Marissa Klein.
Yes, I heard.
Oh, good. So we can skip the formalities and just chat?
I'm afraid I'm only here for business, ma'am.
Oh, don't call me that. It makes me feel so old. Or are you supposed to be all formal with me because you work here?
I don't work here.
A guest? Even more interesting. Are you an art fan?
Please refrain from touching the art. Miss Klein, I presume?
Yep. Sorry,
You're 2 hours late. Mr. Otten has other business to attend to now.
Hang on! I called and said I'd be late, though.
I don't recall receiving such a call.
You didn't tell her? You're the one who answered the phone when I called. Why didn't you tell her? Wait, what's your name? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry! I thought you were Liam Otten!
Miss Klein, you may have called ahead, but the fact remains that you are very late, and Mr. Otten has a strict schedule.
Wait, this is my first major interview. Is there any way I can squeeze it in today?
Come with me.
Oh, thank you!
Con guy? Did Aki pick that name for you? She's notoriously bad at naming things. When she was a girl, she had a cat that was born with only a stub for a tail. She named the cat Stubtail. I'm sorry you're stuck with those kids right now. If I had my way, I wouldn't group you in with them. They all belong to the government. You know that, right?
Miko, are you gossiping about me again?
I'd rather you don't feed our friend Kansei here any misinformation.
Well, I haven't lied to him if that's what you mean.
Mr. Otten will see you now.
Of course! It'll be a winner, so be sure to look out for it. Bang! Hey, Sophie, you don't mind if I have a look around, interview the staff, and other nonsense, right?
Please make it quick.
Righto!
Shall we get going? Mr. Otten, the investigators you requested are here.
Good, good. No, no, go away. Get out! Get him out!
What did you do?
Sophia, get rid of him!
I'll take care of it right away, sir. Please follow me this way, Kansei. Please follow me this way, Kansei. I apologize for Mr. Otten's sudden outburst. He's prone to unnatural mood swings based on unidentified provocation. We can proceed with your discussion after he is less agitated. Mr. Otten called for you. Once he settles down, he'll want to speak with you again. Until then, please make yourself at home while I go to work out the details of this visit with your associates.
Are you okay? Yeah, sorry about that. Just sympathizing with you. What do you think?
It's no good. Mr. Otten's refusing to come out. Detective Gursky is still up there trying to talk to him, but he won't listen to reason. No, I can't think of anything I've read that's like this.
I don't know what you did, but you've got Mr. Otten bunkered up in there pretty good. I saw. It doesn't make any sense, though. He seemed pretty insistent about talking with us today. Lee Mei, what do you think?
He's scared.
Yeah, we figured that much out already. Anything else? What about when he first reacted?
He was not surprised.
Whoa. Hey, I didn't know we were having guests today. Way to go. I don't know how you managed to get 3 at once. That's a pretty sweet haul of chicks, man.
But I'm a guy.
Well, crap. Ah, well, I've seen worse. Let's see. A bunch of people hanging out in the lobby for no reason? That's an easy one. Uncle called you out here, and now he's having a hissy fit and making you wait. Am I right?
Got it in one. And you must be Liam Otten.
I'm Liam, alright? But who are you? You definitely don't look like business partners. Uncle's not the kind of guy who lets just anyone enter. He's all crazy paranoid that way.
If he's as paranoid as you say, why are you here?
I'm family. It's not like he's got a choice.
Ah, so you're visiting your uncle today?
No, I live here.
Really? That's even cooler. Must be kind of boring for you, though.
Huh?
I was looking around earlier, and nearly all the doors are locked.
That's because you're a visitor. You don't get many access privileges. I'm allowed in, like, every room in the house.
Like? So, not all of them.
Yeah, well... There's like a lock on his office in the security room. Those rooms are pointless anyway.
Oh, well, if that's all. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I I guess so.
I don't suppose I could ask you for a favor.
What?
Well, seeing as your uncle seems to be hanging us both out to dry, maybe we could at least spend the time doing something interesting.
Like...
I don't know. Maybe you could show me around. We could poke around your uncle's precious privacy while he's busy being difficult.
I guess I've got nothing better to do with my time. Sure, why not?
Aki.
Split up and explore what you can. Something about this doesn't settle well with me at all, and we might not get another chance.
Yeah, Aki has a way with people. She's persuasive. She uses her Kansei to push someone's thoughts in the direction she wants. Nothing that powerful, just subtle suggestions, like a whisper in the back of your mind.
She can't. Those with Kansei are more sensitive. You'd know it's her voice.
To us, it sounds like she's speaking directly, but normal people only feel like they've just had a random impulse. Nothing. We should probably get going. I'd rather not split up if we don't have to. I don't do well exploring new places. Well, I got stuck in an elevator once because I couldn't figure out how to get it to go to another floor.
It's true.
Is it really okay? Is that okay with you, Lee Mei?
It's fine.
I'm coming! That's easy for you to say. I'm not like you. Yeah, no big deal. Anything but the stairs.
Let's take the stairs. So?
Where should we go? Good idea. Whoa.
Dragon, phoenix, tortoise, and tiger. Tiger and the dragon are eternal rivals, equally matched in strength. The dragon is the sly one, ruling through intelligence and trickery. The tiger is the strong one, fighting with raw power and force. Mind versus body. They represent balance, opposing forces of nature. Why do you ask?
I'm surprised that Mr. Otten has such an expensive collection. Well, it's more like it doesn't seem his style. As far as I can tell, he's never publicly stated he has any interest in Chinese history. Usually, an avid collector likes to make his collections well known. It's a mark of pride.
It's not art.
What?
It's protection. The words. Safety, refuge, peace.
I think so. Li Mei knows better than I do, though. She was born in China. I can only read whatever Chinese overlaps with Japanese characters. I don't know. Well, should we keep exploring the house? Whoa, are you okay?
It's happening.
What's going on?
Scared. He's scared.
Who? Kangai?
Whoa, kid, calm down. Mr. Rotten has been unusually quiet for a while. Are you sure everything is okay? Is there any way we can force ourselves in?
It's certainly unorthodox. I don't think Mr. Alton would be pleased.
I think he'd be even less pleased if he needed medical attention and we didn't get it to him.
Very well. The only way to open the office without express permission is to reset the security system.
And how exactly does one do that?
Someone needs to reboot the system manually, then someone else has to enter the restart code within 10 seconds of the system being rebooted.
Sounds complicated.
It's meant to provide maximum security for Mr. Alton. I'm the only one here who knows the code, so someone else will have to go to the basement to reset the power. The basement door is usually locked to visitors, but I can unlock it from here.
Alright, Naoki, go reset it.
What? Why me?
You?
Yeah, he could do it.
Sure, why not?
Alright, the reboot process is fairly simple. Just flip all the switches off, then on, then push the reset button.
Sorry, kid. There's nothing you can do now. You were right about Mr. Rotten. He's dead.
He was already dead when we got there. Sophia tried to revive him, but...
I stopped her. It was too risky. It's not important. Sophia, I know you're upset, but we need to contact the police. My phone isn't getting any signal.
All signal is blocked off in this place. Mr. Otten's orders, of course.
Is there a landline I can use then?
In there. I'll show you.
He's gone.
Well... Migala checked his pulse, but he was already dead. Yeah, she was going to use CPR, but Detective Gursky stopped her. He said that Mr. Otten looked like he had been poisoned, and she might get poisoned herself if she tried mouth to mouth. We should tell Aki what happened.
She's coming.
Hey, what happened? The lights went out for a moment. Died? How? Did you read his last moments? What about you? Did you see it?
I got it.
Good, then we'll take a look at it later.
The police are on their way. It's a bit of a drive for them, so we'll have to sit tight until then. I suggest we all wait downstairs. As I don't have any jurisdiction here, it's only a suggestion. But it's the best option if you want to stay unnoticed.
Always the gentleman. Nothing. Anyway, we should probably follow his suggestion and head downstairs. We wouldn't want to get into any more trouble than we already are.
It's not you.
It means that Miko shouldn't talk so much.
Do you truly want to know? But do you want one? We're on parole for crimes past. Gursky is our parole officer.
Glad you could make it. Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? You okay? Miss Millerson wasn't feeling well, so Naoki offered to make some tea for her. They both went to the kitchen. Aki said she had to use the restroom, although I suspect she just wants to look around. And I'm never entirely sure what Lee May is doing. The house is in lockdown right now, so it won't let any of us leave until Sophia unlocks it. I guess you can roam around or do whatever you feel like. Sorry, kid. I'm sworn to uphold the law. Even if you don't want me getting involved, I kinda have to. We'll talk about this more later, but I promise that this isn't over. I got a call this morning about my report from yesterday. You've already caused a disturbance with your return. Are you kidding? She was the first. They'd find you eventually. It was only a matter of time. Yeah, I'd say so. If it weren't for Aki's insistence that you stay with her, I'm sure they'd already have come to take you back. Oh, I don't know. Why don't you try actually having a backbone this time around? The present only exists because of the past, you know. But I see your point. Figuring out the cause of death for Mr. Otten does take priority right now. I'll be upstairs. Come talk to me if you find out anything.
Whoa! Sorry, dude. Really is a shame, though. He was a good man. Did a lot of good work in the medical world. Yeah, Otten Engineering was big into making fake organs and stuff. I hear they saved a lot of lives. Yeah, Otten Engineering was big into making fake organs and stuff. I hear they saved a lot of lives. Man, dead? Really? Sorry, that's just too... I'll be in the security room if you need me. It's the first door on the left here in this hallway. What's up? Yeah, I did. Sure, why not? Since Mr. Otten hired you. Welcome to my Fortress of Solitude. This is the command center for the entire house. Not everything. Mr. Otten's office is strictly off limits. Very private, you know. No one knows what he does in there. Welcome to my Fortress of Solitude. This is the command center for the entire house. You're kidding, right? You must be new around here. Mr. Otten's infamous around these parts. Of course, that's only the... He'll say that these other companies are infringing on his trademark or something equally stupid. Of course, that's only the stuff we know about. If you ask me, he's got more than just dirty business practices going on. I mean, seriously, look at this place. No one builds a house like this in the middle of nowhere unless he's got something to hide. If he's not doing something illegal, I'll eat my motherboard. Mr. Otten offered it to me. Well, yeah, he handpicks everyone who works for him. Well, I graduated in the top of my class at a university he funds. He offered this job to me straight out of college. Yeah, that's the word for it. Not everything. As if it isn't obvious. Mr. Otten never likes to be far from his booze. His solution to anything stressful is to drink it away. Of course, he tries to hide it because it's not very professional, but every time he walks out of that room, he reeks of alcohol. The money. Duh. No. So even if he goes down, I can't be held responsible for anything. Yeah, pretty much. Why should I? Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
Hey. She's feeling better. Still a little shaken up, though. She was crying pretty hard when we found Mr. Otten's body.
Kansei, I hope you don't mind if I ask you something. How did you know that something bad happened to Mr. Otten?
That's...
Naoki, please. I was asking Kansei.
Sorry.
So, how did you know? A sixth sense? As in psychic? Can you give me details on how it works? I see. I suppose it's... Many years ago, Mr. Otten experimented with extending the mental capacities of human beings. It's not like what you described, though.
What sort of experiments?
I don't really know much about it. It was a long time ago, before I started working for him. He just mentioned it in passing once. He was terribly drunk at the time, though, so I suppose he might not have even been telling the truth. I'm sorry, I'm jumping to the strangest conclusions here. I'm sorry. He was terribly drunk at the time, though. I don't know what I'm going to do now that he's gone.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I just really want to find the person who did this. If there's anything you need to know, just ask, okay?
What do I really don't like having to see dead bodies. I really can't say. I don't want to make any judgments. Well, Liam is pretty angry with his uncle. His eyebrows went down every time he spoke about him. He covered his face when Aki started asking more questions, so he's got something to hide. I'm pretty sure Marissa's hiding something too. Every time she smiles, after she finished her interview with Mr. Otten, she was even more nervous than before. Sophia was pretty frustrated when we came, but now she's really anxious. She won't stop pacing back and forth. You mean that guy with the red hair? I didn't really get to see his face. Sorry. I've been studying body language for a while now. Feel free to...
Mr. Otten values my services. I am a trained professional and an excellent personal assistant. I have personal reasons, but my employment is both legal and morally sound. Of course.
Kansei, hello! Hey, did something happen? I saw... What? Are you kidding? Are you sure? What happened? Did he die of natural causes? William Otten is not a popular man. His business practices are already reprehensible, and there have been rumors of unethical treatment of some of his test subjects. That's why I came. I was hoping I'd be able to uncover something about what he might be doing. It's really not what you think. Nothing. Oh, it's hard to say. Everything's just rumor, you know? It would be awfully irresponsible of me to spread false information, so I really need some hard evidence before I say anything else. Ah, those. Well, recently, word's been going around that Liam Otten is involved in dogfighting. Not to mention extremely cruel. I'm fairly certain he was just getting fed up with Liam's antics. It's one thing to dismiss underage drinking, but the heat from Liam's participation in animal cruelty is bad publicity he didn't need. I heard he was planning on cutting Liam from his will completely. As far as I can tell, no. But you'd really have to ask someone more knowledgeable than I. Sure thing.
I don't know. Does it bother you? Death. He was very scared. Yes, but even though I felt his fear, I knew that I was not scared. I'm not scared, but I still feel scared. Does that mean I'm bothered or not bothered? Thank you. If you wish. Most are safety charms meant to ward off danger. They are the 4 legendary creatures: tortoise, dragon, phoenix, and tiger. Many things. Seasons, directions on the compass, sometimes schools of thought. Overall, they represent balance. The tiger and the dragon are mortal enemies. The dragon represents cunning and intelligence, and the tiger represents raw power and strength. Dragon and tiger, mind and body. They fight each other constantly, but neither can win. What bothers you? No dust settles here. It means that this place is quiet and safe from influence of the outside world. I'm not allowed to speak about. I'm authorized to share anything that might aid your investigation. Naoki is scared. Oh. Sophia is sad. She feels as if there is no hope, but there is also relief. Marissa is scared and disappointed. There's so much emotion inside of her. It's all flowing at the same time. She wants to be happy, but she also feels very guilty. Humans are very complicated. Kevin is uncertain. He does not know what he should be feeling. And Liam, I can't. He is with Aki right now. She is manipulating his emotions with her Kansei. I cannot tell what is his and what is not.
You're an interesting... Well, for one, you keep some interesting company. I was bored, so I decided to run facial recognition on them. I found quite a few newsreels about them, complete with security camera footage and mugshots. I admit, I literally laughed out loud at the one where they sold ownership shares to the Space Needle. Oh, you didn't know? Like I said, you keep some interesting company. Weirdly enough, when I looked up their police records, they were completely empty. They haven't been charged with anything. The other girl with you is the real problem, though. I couldn't couldn't find a single thing on her. No online profile, no yearbook, no images of her anywhere, and no connection to anything your other friends did. Dude, seriously? You've gotta make a real effort to be that much of a ghost. There's no way that the government isn't involved in trying to cover something up. Oh, come on, it's not like that. Besides, how much do you know about her anyway? Of course you do. You're the genius detective, after all. Genius siblings solve another cold case. I gotta admit, you're actually kinda cool. So, are you on a super secret mission right now or something? You know, since you're using a fake name and hanging out with criminals and stuff. Well, that's disappointing. It would be cooler if it were. Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
Feel free to come talk more if you want.
He was. Liam's actions were very costly in terms of both money and public image. Mr. Otten wanted to punish him for his cavalier attitude. When Liam took up dogfighting a few months ago, that was the last straw. Last week, Mr. Otten informed Liam that he would know. He was furious, naturally. He called Mr. Otten a selfish and greedy old man, and he said that he'd make him regret his decision. Mr. Otten never got around to doing it. A lawyer was scheduled to visit next week. As it stands, all of Mr. Otten's fortune now belongs to Liam. Of course.
He was told to destroy all of this. Old research, very old research that certain people in the government want to pretend never happened. It's a long story, kid. Let's put it this way. A few years ago, I stumbled upon a lot of things I wasn't supposed to. Specifically, an old experiment that William Otten was involved with. I got in a lot of trouble for what I saw. I was supposed to be erased from the system entirely, but I was given a second chance, transferred to Edgewater, and stopped the twins who were running around the city causing trouble. They figured if they stuck me here, I'd be out of the way and I'd have my hands full with the twins. I don't think they expected me to catch them so soon. I was Aki's arresting officer, yes. We technically never caught Naoki. Aki went down fighting so that he could escape. We spent 3 days looking for him and not a thing. Then, less than an hour after she cut a deal, he showed up on our doorstep to turn himself in. Like magic! Part of me suspects that she planned it all in advance. Well then, that's an interesting turn of events. Do you know why? That would do it. Am I to assume that Mr. Otten never actually got around to making this all-important change in his will? Great. Well, technically, no. They're not on record as having committed any crimes. Ugh, please don't remind me. That was one of the bigger headaches, and a huge publicity fiasco. And yet somehow, I'm supposed to keep them out of trouble now? I guess you could say I'm their official handler. I'm supposed to keep an eye on them and make sure they don't do anything else. Hustling, mostly. The twins ran a lot of cons. Aki's got some sort of charm about her that makes people trust her. She's really manipulative, and her life is nothing but moral gray. Naoki's a good kid, but he'll do anything his sister tells him to do. And he's a fast learner. He can pick up on pretty much anything. They came to Edgewater 2 years ago and wreaked havoc for a good year before we finally caught them. But Aki is Aki. Somehow she managed to cut a deal. Clean records in turn for their special services. So now the government uses them as investigators, spies, or anything else requiring a quick mind and an expendable body. It's not an inaccurate statement. And on that note, be careful about what she says. She's not a liar, but she likes to tell misleading truths. I'm afraid that's classified information. I don't know, kid. I can't just march in and declare it's a murder without any evidence. For all we know, he committed suicide. Hard to say. His reaction when he saw you certainly was unusual. It's not a level of fear you see in most people. He very likely could have done something foolish in response. Now, I never said that. There are a lot of things that might drive someone to suicide, but in the end, it's still the decision of the individual. Back then, didn't you... Try not to get into too much trouble.
Oops, sorry, Con. I was just upstairs with Liam. Oh, don't look at me like that. It's not what you think. For your information, I was just asking Liam about the staff. Did you know that none of Mr. Otten's personal staff are paid? Well, then Kevin was lying. Let's just say that he strongly believes it's in his best interest to be truthful. Got it in one. Kevin's family owns a small business that's in serious trouble. Mr. Otten pulled a few strings to keep the creditors away, and they'll stay away as long as Kevin works for him. As for Sophia, it seems her husband's heart is failing. Mr. Otten promised to move him to the top of the recipient list for the company's new organ creation project. I have to admit, I'm actually kind of impressed. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we're going to need another look at the crime scene. Oh, I'm the last person he'd let in. But we don't need the real thing. We've got something just as good.
Hello.
I called him here, of course. This is what my Kansei is actually good for. Naoki, show us. Of course not. We're still in the main lobby. You're looking at Naoki's memory right now. My Kansei allows me to share the thoughts of whoever I touch. Have a look around, of course. Does anything look suspicious? So, what do you think? That's logical, but how could anyone poison his drink in the first place?
Maybe the killer poisoned the cognac before giving it to Mr. Otten.
So if we found out who gave him the cognac, we'd find the killer.
Has someone been talking about my husband? My husband is very ill right now, but it has nothing to do with Mr. Otten or anyone else here. Please do not pry into my private life. It's very rude. Sadly, I could name several. Mr. Otten wasn't a very popular man in the business world. His most recent project stepped on a lot of toes. Organ replication. Otten Engineering is concerned mostly with mechanical organs like artificial hearts or lungs. But lately, Mr. Otten has been trying to find a way to grow organs from living tissue. The process involves taking a tissue sample from the patient and using it to recreate the organ they need replaced. It ensures compatibility, and it allows for replacement of things impossible to substitute with mechanics, for instance bone marrow. The end goal was to be able to recreate any and all parts of the human body when necessary. Well, under certain circumstances it is. Of course, technicalities aside, the ethics of such research. Well, there were the obvious protests, demonstrations, and death threats. I didn't think it was important. But none of them seemed like serious concerns. Besides, Mr. Otten received death threats for lots of his work. I didn't think this would be any different. He saved a lot of lives with his work, but people have died because of him too. Once in a while, one of the organs built by Otten Engineering malfunctions and someone dies as a result. It's not a common occurrence by any means, but they are tragic, and Mr. Otten often receives the full hatred of the victim's family. And of course, it's very expensive to get a replacement organ. People have gone into debt over them, and that brings about much hatred as well. It's really not as simple as that. It's possible to do good things with bad intention. I'm sorry, I really don't know much more than this. The only thing I know about his work is what I wrote for his press releases. I know he kept copies of all of his research, but I'm afraid I wouldn't know where to look. Of course.
But... good point. I wonder if there's a way to get him out of the room for a while. So what you're saying is, it is possible to enter without him. You just said that we could get it if we had a code. I'm pretty sure she already did.
What do you need?
Yeah. It's better than sending a text. But first things first. I need a little favor, brother dearest.
Every time you say that we do something illegal,
Well, it's for a good cause.
you always say that too.
I suppose I do. But you'll help, right?
What do you want?
When you guys first opened Mr. Otten's office, you saw Sophia's security code, right? Well, we're just going to try a little experiment and see if it works on other doors. Like the one on the security room. I'll distract Kevin while Con turns the power off. Kevin will no doubt head to the basement to fix the problem. Once the power's back on, Naoki will use Sophia's code to get the two of you access to the security room. I'll stall Kevin long enough for you two to get a quick look. See what you can get and get out of there. Got it?
Got it.
Good, then wait for my signal. Alright, Con, you're up. Good job, now get out and quick. Alright guys, get going. Con, Naoki, we're out of time. Get out of there! So, find anything? These numbers are pretty recent. I see a lot of references to other companies, but... I've got nothing. Well, he did mention that his uncle likes to drink. It sure makes poisoning him easy though, huh? That's cool. We'll talk later. I see Miko has been talking to you. Well, I won't deny that we've done things on both sides of the law. But we're not just a bunch of criminals, okay? I have my reasons. That's cool. We'll talk later.
There have been multiple public demonstrations concerning Auden Engineering's work. It's possible, but it's hardly likely. I don't see how any one of his demonstrators could have gotten in here to kill Mr. Auden. An attempt on his life by one of them is more likely to take the form of a gunman or a bomb. Try not to get into too much trouble.
Hey, con guy, right? Just wondering if you were on good terms with that police dude. Huh. Well, that sucks. I told him I wanted to go, and he was all like, I can't leave because Uncle is something or other. What are you talking about? Wait, so that means... Well, there's irony for you. Oh, come on. What isn't ironic about it? The man makes artificial hearts for a living, but his own ticker fails on him? Why should I be? He was due for it soon enough with the way he was drinking. A heart attack, right? Yeah, figured as much. Well, that's that, I guess. Am I supposed to cry or something? I've lost family members before. Really, it's more annoying than anything else. Right. Can't believe I'm locked in this stupid place because of a stupid heart attack.
Liam Auden, just the man I wanted to see.
What?
I'd like to interview you for the magazine Modern Trends, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. What do you want?
That's an odd question. Is there any reason you want to know? Are you sure? Well, you don't think his cognac was poisoned, do you? I see. I'm sorry, I'm really not feeling well. I'd like to take a nap now, if it's okay with you.
Actually, it's sort of the other way around. Our mother died during birth, so Aki was the one who had to raise me. She gave up, I guess after making her life so difficult, I'm just trying to make things easier for her now. Besides, I don't do everything she tells me to. Stay with us a little longer, and you'll see plenty. Well, both of them have very strong personalities, but they have different... He thinks she's too impulsive, and she thinks he's too indecisive. I think they're both right, and I think things are gonna go terribly again if they don't realize this. Well, they both agree that it was the worst blind date ever. Oh, please don't tell anyone I told you that. I'm sorry, I have to get going. Aki wants me to look around upstairs for a bit.
Yeah, that... You think so? Because I think there's plenty to feel bad about. My parents took out a loan so I could go to a good college, yeah? Everything looks okay until my last year when the company suddenly changes their policy. The minimum payment shoots up and the interest rate goes through the roof. Sure they can. It was in the contract, printed all tiny and in legal junk. My parents are too trusting. They wouldn't have gotten into this situation if it wasn't for me. And if I had been there, maybe I could have read the contract myself and seen something. So yeah, I feel pretty bad about it. But what can I do, you know? You mean all the drinking and gambling, or extra stupid stuff? Oh, the dog fights then. Well, yeah. I'm the reason Mr. Otten found out in the first place. He asked me to track Liam's movements on his phone. Guess he didn't trust him. There's a surprise. Anyway, I noticed Liam was spending more and more time in a corner of town that's not really hot on the usual party clubs, so I did some more digging, found out that Liam was watching dogfights, and in some cases, funding them himself. Big Will was furious when I told him. When you showed up, I thought he had hired a private investigator to get some proof. I guess it's kind of a moot point now. Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
Sophia isn't here. She's scared. I don't know.
Kansei! It's Liam! He went nuts and tried to kill us both! Sophia's in there. He locked her in here and she's hurt. I can't open it without your help. The basement, downstairs. You've got to turn off the power.
Con, turn the power back on. I'm sending Naoki to get you.
He's gone. All the doors in the house unlocked. She's not doing well. Someone hit her on the head pretty hard. Aki's trying to stop the bleeding, but... It's not your fault. Wait for the police to show up, I guess.